Start the recording. Alright! Hello Dota lovers! Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Epi and I will be bringing you guys the ProDota 2 League in an epic matchup between CLG and Navi, and I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while, and now it will get started. And I will not be by myself because I'm actually sick today and don't feel very well. I said this a bunch of times on live stream as well. But with me will be Durka. What's up?
Yeah, hello there. And as you said, we've been waiting for this game. There's been lots of Navi postponements. And
You are very quiet. Sorry to cut you off. Can you turn yourself up a little bit?
yep, is that any better?
Actually, yeah. Try again.
Now, is that any better?
I hope so. Guys on stream, please let me know how his voice is. Yeah, I didn't shave. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually sick. I'm serious. I haven't shaved for a while. Yeah. Let's not go into that whole thing. I will be shaved next time. I will be a little bit more hygienic. But screw you guys, man. This is just Dota. Yeah. Actually, let me jump you guys into the game. Here we are on the screen. I hope this is all looking good. Okay. Great. CLG on the Radiance side, Navi on the Dire side, and Epi and Durka will be bringing this one to you. And who's one? Is one Pycat? Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Pycat, Misery. Who's dash 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 dash? That must. Oh, actually. Sinave Folk wins is most definitely Gevast. Man, too many people watching my stream. I'm really embarrassed that I don't know who that guy between Aki and Misery is. Who's that, Durka?
Jeez.
Oh, it's Miracle! Bam! I got it!
I'm not feeling too great either today. I had a couple of exams this morning. My brain's not functioning at full.
Okay. So for some reason we are going... Did anybody disconnect or something?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Pycat's not actually here, and he's AFK. That's why we're in bonus time for the first ban.
This is pretty nuts.
Must be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been waiting for these games in the past month or so. Now they've been postponing or rescheduling all their games because of Diablo and scrimming and other tournaments. But now we can actually get to see them play. Was it twice in one day? Who's playing later on? Was that M5 CLG?
It will be M5 CLG. I'm pretty sure it will also be Mouse against Navi and Navi against M5. And
I
some...
thought there were a couple of Navi games, so I wasn't sure how many.
Okay, here we go. For some reason they are out. What's happening here?
No idea. But there's a Lycan ban from Puppy.
He's just like, what the hell? Let me just quickly ban this Lycan. If we're gonna have a remake, then we will most definitely not be in that game, because we've had so many remakes up to now and we've never managed to be in that game. I don't know what the magic formula is that people use to...
People can't hear me at all.
People can't hear you at all. That is strange.
It's just like a muffled sound. Now he can. What? Did you press something? Like unmute?
No, I didn't.
I mean, you can hear me clearly, can't you?
I can totally hear you clearly.
Yeah.
We have a delay on stream. Maybe that's why they've been waiting. So let's wait again for the feedback here. Is this voice okay, guys? Or does it need to be louder?
Constantly talking. You must be able to hear me because, like again, I haven't changed any settings, so I don't know. The microphone hasn't changed positions. So I don't know how.
Okay, mass disconnect's going out. I have to switch my scene here. Sorry about this, people. Apparently there will be a remake, so let me quickly make sure that I will not be... Here's the lobby. Are you in, Durka? Durka's in. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, apparently I'm like 20. I'm just going to turn myself up.
Yeah, do that.
But I don't like doing that, or else it's going to start picking up like fan noise and other random background noise.
Yeah, you're just gonna make sure that you're not like clicking a lot and stuff like that.
Well, I'll mute myself when I'm not talking, just to make sure that doesn't happen anyway.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it should be okay now, I hope, because I've turned it up quite a bit.
Thanks a lot, guys, in the chat. He will leave his voice at this setting unless you tell him otherwise. So keep on being like that. What?
Yeah. Keep on being like that.
Continue. Carry on.
Do not cease.
For some reason, okay, Pika is now back in the game, and now there is Misery as well as Lacoste missing. Arzard, actually, let me put you guys into the game here so you can see it for yourself. What Arzard is such a mean person. Can you see that?
Oh, smile.
PJ, AFK and gay. Oh, I'm still recording this thing. Actually, yeah, by the way, guys, this is my first attempt at... This is weird. A bit better. A bit better. Should I turn myself down, maybe even? I don't even know. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Yesterday, again, shout out to Toby. Hey, we're starting the game. Woohoo! We got the stream fixed. I do hope so. So we are sitting at 720p, and if this should ever start lagging, then I will rage and then cry. Because that would suck if that didn't work. Okay, we are in game. Just checking. And please, man, be there now, Pycat. There we go, Darkseer, first ban out. I don't even know what's up with Hovos and his strange names. It's just like the weirdest things that are coming out. Okay, anyway, CLG Navi meet like a matchup of two very, very, very strong teams. We'll see how Navi's doing. Have they actually started boot camping as of yet?
No idea, but I think I just found the problem with my microphone.
Oh.
Skype suddenly decided that full volume wasn't good enough, and it's going to put it at half.
Yeah, there you go.
It should, I've reset that, and it should be good to go now. And I've got no idea about Navi boot camping. A lot of teams are starting to do it now to get into DreamHack, you know, to start practicing for DreamHack and the International especially, but I'm not entirely sure.
I can picture Skype with like that douchebag hat on right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, but the weird thing is, before, when I had my other microphone, I had Skype set at half, and I wanted it to stay there because I had other settings on my other microphone, and it would constantly change it to full, which meant loads of fan noise and loads of background noise, even though I wanted it half. And now when I want it at full, it's changing it back to half. So, I don't know what it wants from me.
Yeah. Just wants to annoy you, man. Okay, here we go. First pick, Broodmother from Pycat for CLG. They've been banning out Darkseer, Nightstalker, as well as Brewmaster, so that turtling hero that basically every pro team has a problem dealing with, at least in the Euro scene. Nightstalker, very tanky, early to mid-game, well, mid-game hero actually, who can scale relatively well if he gets the kills in the farm. Brewmaster, also very strong hero, so understandable ban there. And Puppy has been drafting, like, very, very fast. He banned out Lycan Prophet as well as Chen. Navi has been banning Chen out for the last little while, and even though it has been Puppy that made that hero popular, maybe winning the $1 million with that hero was just that made it so stressful, and he's like, damn, I don't ever want to play that hero again. So response pick for Broodmother will be that Leshrac as well as Venomancer, and Pycat responds to that with Windrunner as well as Earthshaker, who has, as of late, come back into competitive play. He's been kind of omitted during ban and pick phases. He's just been completely ignored and picked up rather seldomly, except for the Chinese teams, but now he's been picked up more often, and now we will see a Tidehunter third pick. So nothing carry-ish at the moment, nothing that you can see that will be on that hard lane at this point in time, and we're now in the second ban phase, and Pycat decided to get rid of that Death Prophet, removing out a strong solo mid hero as well as a very strong pushing hero, and Puppy gets rid of Lich. What do you think about the bans and picks so far, man?
Oh, pretty standard. But I'm just going to say this, that CLG's lineup is looking very Chinese at this moment with the Broodmother and the ES. The Chinese love picking up the ES just for that lane control and you know, that long-range Fisher, setting up stun for possibly Queen of Pain there to blink on top of people. And I've just got confirmation that Navi are actually boot camping. They have been since Sunday.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I am from Germany, exactly. So, Anti-Mage banned out last from Puppey, and Lone Druid last banned from CLG. Queen of Pain now first, like, picked in the second pick phase for CLG, and Shadow Demon from Puppey. So this looks really interesting, man. What is this? So, who will it be more like Leshrac as well as Tide, maybe getting a lot of farm?
I don't know. We saw from Navi versus Fnatic the other day, they were not really trying new things out, but they were going for very hyper-aggressive tactics and diving towers when possibly they shouldn't have, because they had a Bludgeon and Night Stalker, and they just went for the all-out dive, basically. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do here, though.
I'm pretty sure CLG also doesn't know what they're going to do, and this kind of reminds me of when Navi started doing the dual mid with Venomancer and Venge, and I was like, dude, this lane is so awesome.
Or do you reckon they're going to do Veno Leshrac or something?
I don't know. It just looks like, I don't know if CLG look at this and they're like, holy frick, man, what are they going to do? What will the last pick be? Here comes Crystal Maiden rounding off the team very well. As Dirk already pointed out, it does look really Chinese. Oh,
Okay.
I like it.
I was just going to say that the Shadow Demon's a great counter for the Broodmother with his ultimate, the Demonic Purge, going through BKB and getting rid of the Insatiable Hunger. But that Spectre pickup, what are we going to see? I don't think they're going to want to go in the late game here. We might see I dare say, new item build, but something more out of the blue, rather than the full-on tank up, get your Radiance.
You check everything here. Okay, all seems to be going fine. Thanks for tuning in, guys. My name's Epi. I'm casting with Durka, and we will see a frickin' Spectre in this game. A Spectre. How long has the last time been since we saw a Spectre? Let's say it again. No, actually, it's stopped that. It is like it's Tidehunter giving the team fight. We have strong nuke potential coming out of every frickin' hero. Disruption does such a versatile spell. Offensively, defensively, it's just so good. And as you said, except for that Queen of Pain pick, very, like, you could call it like a Chinese lineup here from CLG side, and I'll be interested to see how they will fare with playing this lineup.
Yeah, I mean, the Spectre, like I said, is something you usually see that goes into the very late game. You don't get the full sort of power of Spectre until about 30-40 minutes when you've got your, Vanguard, Radiance, Manta, whatever you decide to go for. We used to see Diffusal Blade come up to give him a bit of power in the sort of 20 to 25 minute mark, allow a bit more ganking, give its ulti a bit more power. He could jump onto people and Diffusal and kill them. But I've been playing Spectre in pubs recently, and drums. There's such an underrated item on heroes like this. Gives you the tank ability, gives you the mana. Such a low mana pool on Spectre. If you get those drums, just the bracer alone gives you an extra dagger. And if you're allowed to cast out an extra dagger or two per team fight, that slows them down, that gives you that extra bit of escapability, and it makes it a lot more useful hero than just that tank up, run into fights, and soak up all the damage.
Yeah, very good call coming out of the Own 3D TV chat from, what is his name? Skim. Yeah. Skim. He said, Puppey, I'm calling a Puppey Jungle Shadow Demon. That might very well be.
It's entirely possible with that Smoke of Deceit sort of, it's technically an exploit. Technically it's an exploit. Icefrog has said he's going to fix it, but we don't know when. Because, as well as Sandstorm not affecting creeps in the jungle.
Look at this, man, here, Ages of Champions in the base. International. Navi. Captain Ivan Antonov. Oh, cool. This even has like the old lineup. Look at this, guys. Just to be a show-off at the moment. Actually, I have here the Navi shirt from Artstyle that he wore at the final game against eHome, which basically won them the $1 million, and have it signed by all 5 players. And I will actually hang this in the back against the wall and maybe someday do like a freaking, what's it called, contest or whatever, so one of you guys can maybe win it. I don't even know what I am planning to do with it. But I'm actually really happy I got that, because it was an awesome time in Cologne, and I do regret that I will not be able to attend in Seattle for the International 2. And for all you people out there that will go there and watch the International 2, I'm jealous.
Okay, so we've got Light of Heaven on Tide. Are we going to see a long lane solo here? I think we Might just see long lane solo Tide here with the tri lane on spec. No? Where's that Spectre heading to?
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh. Okay, we Lacoste on Broodmother. Nothing all too I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for. What is it? Not too surprising. That is what it is. Pycat on Queen of Pain. This here is Miracle. I do have to get used to this. Miracle on Earthshaker. Already just 3 clarities, no HP regeneration, and 1 set of each ward, and Misery on Windrunner. And look at this here, the movement from Navi through their own forest upward. I think we will have ourselves a fight here. Oh, guys. Navi CLG starting off with a bang. Here we come. Puppy moving in. Disruption. Here it goes. Earthshaker being really cool. Here comes the Fissure blocking them out. Light of Heaven here takes a bunch of damage. Windrun used for Misery, so no nuke or disable from him, but Light of Heaven taking a lot of damage. Here comes Quap. 2 more hits. Blink used. 1 more hit. 1 more hit. There it goes. First blood, but Windrunner went down first. So, no, it was a deny on Windrunner. And Queen of Pain also went down.
That could have been so much easier for CLG if Lacoste didn't open up that web and destroy all those trees. That was a perfect Fissure there from that ES.
But the fight's not over yet. Aki is still in a lot of trouble. Arzard also here has to, yeah, good animation cancelling from his attacks here, and Crystal Maiden does go down. So 3 kills for Na'Vi and just 1 for CLG. Very good start here for the freaking Born to Victory people. Born for Victory people.
That was an absolutely perfect Fissure block. Is that Miracle on the ES? That was absolutely perfect Fissure block. The first one from him there, separating 4 from 1, so the Tide was all alone. But Lacoste opened up those trees, allowing an opening for him to escape and allowing some Na'Vi heroes to run in through the side and cause some damage.
Aggressive lane ward immediately taken out from the CLG boys. By the way, worth pointing out, Spectre went for a freaking Orb of Venom first. I think you might be right. Maybe this is just like for some added slow later on. Or this might very well be a completely new strat. As the disruption happens, where's the Gale? No, Aki's here to support. Misery eats the Gale. We'll have to use his Windrun. There it goes. Bunch of damage on for him as well. So Na'Vi taking control of this top lane. Let's check the middle lane where Dendi on Leshrac is going to go up against Lacoste. Middle lane Broodmother, interesting variation. Don't see that all too often. Pycat already has a Null Talisman on top of his stats and consumables, and as you said, Light of Heaven here on Tidehunter will be doing the long lane solo.
Yeah, that Orb of Venom, it's not entirely new. We see it quite often picked up, well, not quite often, but we see it picked up on heroes that like to chase. We used to see it on Pycat's Omni Knight, simply because that Orb of Venom, that 12% slow, is it, on the melee? Yeah, 12% slow. That gives him that extra chasing power with his passive and allowing him to hit once, maybe move in front of the hero and get a heal. And here on Spectre, with that dagger, we're just going to see him chase down people with Venomancer support.
Venomancer, speaking of him, already pulling, just doing a single pull, so there will be a bunch of momentum coming out of the top lane in toward the tier 1 Radiant side. Earthshaker, Miracle on Earthshaker rather, did rotate up there as well to help them out. Good pulling here going on. Wildkin camp, getting himself some EXP as well, but here comes the ping from Puppy, and immediately the movement comes down. Arzard also there, giving them some vision with the Toxin, and now stealing the creep camp and the creeps. But then again, there's this double creep wave basically now coming toward Misery and Aki on the top tier 1.
Now, something just happened, and it's not amazing, it's not, you know, a hugely skillful feat or act, but Dendi and Tide here, Dendi and Light of Heaven here swapping lanes, and they swapped lanes at exactly the same time. We didn't see any sort of overlap. They both crossed the river, they both passed the rune spot at exactly the same time, leaving almost no XP lost. They pushed the lanes out at the right time, and Tide coming in here to come up against this Broodmother. Very smart decision.
Yeah, that is actually really interesting, and I was thinking that as soon as I saw Light of Heaven pick up the Stout, I thought that he will go for the max Anchor Smash build, and they will just put him against the Broodmother for sure. That's like a pretty usual counter. And here's some blocking again to make sure that Havas will have an easier time last hitting. A ping goes out from Miracle. Are they going to attempt to do something here? No, still relatively tame at the moment. Having a Shadow Demon facing you on your lane, as well as a Venomancer, is really dangerous. Spectre at the moment not so dangerous in the early phases, but Havas is a beast.
Oh, with that triple slow they've got, that Maiden has to really, really be careful. And the ES as well. If one of them gets caught out, if the ES doesn't have that Fissure perfectly placed, one of them's going to die.
Dandy against Queen of Pain on the bottom lane, 11 on Queen of Pain, 14 denies on her, and 9 for 2 on Dandy. Top lane, we see some aggressive movement from Miracle, just scouting things out. Will find himself pulling Arzard on the Venomancer here. Hvost, only 7 lasted on him at the moment, and yeah.
Now, getting a bottle on Queen of Pain is on this bottom lane is
Disruption
quite
on the top
counterintuitive.
lane. Sorry, here comes a very nicely timed Gale as well, and a good ward. Earthshaker has to turn around, use the fissure, and Hvost goes down. My goodness, he took so much damage there. Chase on Earthshaker, but he will not go down. Yes, he does, actually, from the Shadow Poison. And Arzard here has to back out a little bit as well. But very unfortunate for them that actually their Spectre went down there.
Yeah, exactly. And here's what I was talking about. The Queen of Pain, although she does pick up a DD rune, she's given almost a full creep wave to Dandy in advantage there for XP and gold. Getting a bottle on this bottom lane, quite counterintuitive, because either she's got to bottle Crow or she's got to leave her lane for quite a long time if she wants to be farming in this frozen spot here. She wants to keep her lane as close to her tower as possible, obviously, without pushing it towards Dandy's, but she also wants to pick up the runes every 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And here at mid lane we see Light of Heaven dominating this Lacoste, obviously. Well, Lacoste sitting at 29 for 0. Light of Heaven 9 for 1?
Totally dominating that spider.
Well, I was just looking at Lacoste's health and seeing him get pushed back a load, and then I look at the creep stats, and it's not what I expected.
Miracle rotating down. Dandy in a lot of trouble. Gets slowed. Very good fissure here, catching on the tip and on the right side as well. Dandy is dead. Uses his Diabolic Edict, and yeah, this is one dead Dandy. Stun hits as well, and the tick gets the kill. So very good fight that Dandy put up there before he went down, but very good gank from Miracle there.
Yep, and that's the power of Pyket there, keeping his lane as close to his tower as possible. That gave the opening for ES to come round through the fog and get a stun off on Dandy.
Yeah, 2 smoke supports from Na'Vi also there in the form of Shadow Demon as well as Venomancer. Also quite unfortunate for Na'Vi that Dandy didn't have a ward here in the, like right on this spot here, where it gives vision of the rune spot as well as the backstab area that Miracle came from. But yeah, Miracle did stand very well, very close to the tree, so even that ward I just pointed out might not have been able to spot him out. So yeah, but Dandy, one of the best players ever, so he will be able to deal with this and hopefully still continue to get his farm up. Middle lane here, I do see some movement. Light of Heaven already has an energy booster. Queen of Pain now using invisibility rune. Where's she at? There she is.
Yeah, but they spot out that Earthshaker, and ES knows something's going down. About 40 seconds ago, Dandy TP'd to the bot lane and he pushed out right into the enemy creep wave, allowing the Queen of Pain to know something's not quite right. I think she guessed that possibly Smile and Puppy are sitting there in the background, smoked up, but she will spot them out now. There, she gets the view of Puppy, view of Dandy, and she'll... Will she see Smile? She heard that. She heard the Venom ward go down, so she knows it's 3 people down here.
Invisibility rune is wearing off here. Support TP also coming in the form of Crystal Maiden. 3 against 3 here on the bottom lane, but they have the surprise effect. Queen of Pain here, slow on Dandy, but a little bit out of position, gets disrupted immediately. Will Na'Vi turn around? Fissure doesn't catch Dandy on the right side, so he manages to back out, but loses half his HP.
If that Fissure had caught him on the right side, that would have been a dead Dandy, because the Queen of Pain ulti is up and so is her Scream.
Absolutely.
I'm not even sure she would have needed her ulti there. 1 Scream and possibly 1 or 2 right clicks and Dandy would have fallen.
Lacoste last hits, sitting on 46, as you can see on the minimap here, microing his spiders very well to get some additional farm in the neutral forest here. In Light of Heaven, he had to back out to base. Now TP'd back toward the middle lane, so Lacoste is winning this lane here for sure. And Tidehunter, even though he's maxing out the Anchor Smash, is having a really tough time dealing with the spider. In the meantime, though, Na'Vi is also committing a lot of resources toward that bottom lane. And at the moment, if I presume CLG is in the lead. Yeah, there we go. Gold advantage is in the favor of CLG at the moment. In terms of item progressions, yeah, obviously Spectre is going to go for a quick Vanguard, but will need 1.1k gold more for the Vitality booster. And other than that, not much core items done, not even attempted up to now. Lacoste has a Soul Ring ready, but that is about the extent of the items on the board, bar some boots, Power Treads on Broodmother. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Lacoste get a little bit of an advantage up against Dandy, and he's actually going to go on Light of Heaven here. No, starts to back up. Popped his ulti, a couple of right clicks, and then decides, nope.
Movement coming in from the supports. Hasted Queen of Pain. There's Puppy in big trouble. Disrupts not himself, but the enemy. There he will go down. Yeah, stun doesn't hit on the Queen of Pain. She's too fast here. Aki has Soul Catch on himself, but that is one safe kill for CLG, evening the score to 4-4 here. As Havost on the top lane is exchanging hits with Misery. She still has Windrunner, still has the Windrun ready, so Havost will need support up here pretty soon because he's probably having a tough time. Sitting on 33 last hits and 37 on Windrunner, so actually he's faring pretty well against this Windrunner who should have a clear advantage in a one-on-one situation.
Not really. That's why they've rotated down to this bottom lane. They wanted CLG to swap over their tri lane and put it bottom simply because Havos can pull at top. He's going to pull all these creep waves, and that's what he's been doing for the past 4 or 5 minutes, just constantly trying to pull, stack, trying to keep his experience and creep stats up against this Windrunner, and then when it comes to fighting on the lane, he can do so with his stat shield. He's probably trying to keep the harass on this Windrunner dagger and then run up to her, get a couple of hits, force her to Windrun back. But apart from that, we're going to see Misery pick up a very fast mech here, possibly around 14 minutes. And we see Dendi. Where's he walking off to now? Rotating towards mid. There's 3 CLG guys all up at mid.
Yeah. Can you just quickly, I have to check something. I will set it here to auto just for one moment. I need like 30 seconds, sorry man.
Do you want me to carry on?
Yes, please.
Again, we see a Fissure. No, cancels a Fissure. There's the Frostbite onto Puppey. Disruption onto the Earthshaker, and Misery comes in here. He's going to finish off Puppey with a power shot, who actually dodges that, and Fissure goes over the top. Ravage from Light of Heaven there, with Woes coming in through the ulti, taking out that Crystal Maiden, and then Misery on the Windrunner falls shortly after. A signal now onto this Earthshaker, who is going to go down to Dendi, trying to get as much damage off onto him as he can with that Enchanted Totem. But Na'Vi coming out the victors in that battle there. Absolute domination. Knowing exactly when to rotate onto the heroes, they had an inkling that there was something going down, knowing they should rotate to mid, and they spread out a couple of heroes rotating top, and they hooked around the side of them and took them out with the advantage of the high ground.
Okay, thanks a lot for doing that, man. Sorry about the camera work. I did have to check something because this is an experimental first cast here, and I hope things are all going well and lag-free for you guys. And I saw something in the chat which kind of made it appear that there might be some problems, but at the moment everything looks good. Havost here taking a bunch of damage, and that was a good fight for Na'Vi, as you mentioned. Good exchange for them here as well. Let me quickly check the gold graph. It's still in favor of CLG now, slowly dipping down, but still sitting at around 2k favor. Light of Heaven used a very good Ravage in that team fight, and he seems to be going for... Actually, I don't even know what that Sage's Mask would be for. Maybe Medallion.
On who? Oh, yeah, that'll most likely be a Medallion, or possibly Urn. Maybe an Urn, depending on how much he wants to move around the map. But a Medallion would be nice for them to go to Roshan, because they're going to need that up on that Spectre to try and fare well against these team fights here, with the huge magical damage coming out of the Queen of Pain. ES, once he gets his dagger, it's going to be rather dangerous, so I'm not entirely sure with that.
Yeah, still some pulling happening here. Tri lane from Na'Vi now established again on the top lane. The tower, tier 1 tower, is looking pretty low. And even though Na'Vi do have Dendi on that Leshrac, he hasn't been able to push all too much because he's facing up against this very strong laner in Queen of Pain. So it might be Na'Vi that will lose their first tower on that top lane. Interesting to see what's going to happen here. Ping goes up from Puppey.
Yeah, we're just seeing CLG kind of outsmart Na'Vi here. Na'Vi won that last little skirmish, but for the past 10 minutes or so, CLG have just been outlaning them. They chose the right lanes to put their heroes on in the beginning, which caused the need for a lane swap from Na'Vi very early on. That lost them a bit of experience. Obviously, Lacoste there on that Broodmother got an advantage of Adenji in the beginning, forcing the
totally
to come in.
Spectre still getting a bunch of harass, and Misery could now buy up his mech, and that would give them the edge. They would need to push down this tier 1 tower. In the meantime, Dendi uses level 3 Edict to make quick work of this tier 1 tower here, and he will most likely get this tower. On the top lane, engagement happening. I see a Fissure, I see a nuke, I see a Frostbite. Aki has to turn around though, gets slowed, gets nuked, will go down most likely. Disruption as well, ultimate from Tide seals the deal on that CM, and now here movement coming in from Queen of Pain. Nice scream, here it goes, double kill! Very good work here, killing Venomancer as well as Tidehunter. Very nice work of the positioning, screaming first and then waiting for the right point in time to throw out the ultimate onto 2 heroes, getting the double kill, and this will be a lost tier 1 tower on the top lane.
Yeah, and there's that 13th minute mech I was talking about. But did you see that disruption from Puppy? Absolutely beautiful there onto that Venomancer. Almost dying from that power shot, but the split second disruption there saving him from that. I thought that would have turned the fight into Navi's advantage, but obviously the Queen of Pain coming over the top with that scream and ulti, as you rightly said, just finishing off those two low hit point heroes.
Broodmother here now has the Ogre Club and will need 1.3k more gold, and then she has a BKB ready. That will be one fast BKB. Lacoste is doing such a good job on this Spider, has been winning that middle lane against Tidehunter, and Navi look on their back foot at the moment. It was good for them that Dandy wasn't in the team fight because he was able to push down the tier 1 tower in the middle lane to get some sort of trade going on, but this play from Queen of Pain was just beautiful, and Dandy now going to work again on the bottom lane using this early to mid game transition period where people switch lanes a lot to go toward each and every tier 1 tower and nuke it down a little bit. Here comes Queen of Pain, nukes Helvost a little bit, Puppy coming in from the top lane, disruption out, support TP coming in, very good timing from Denny on this stun, and Queen of Pain manages to blink out in the nick of time. But there she goes down. Yeah, I didn't actually catch that, but I had it on my screen. She did go down though, manages to get one last scream out, tier 1 tower goes down, so very good trade here for Navi thus far. 1 kill and a tier 1 tower on bottom lane.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up, it's been excellent movement from CLG until sort of this moment. They're always moving around the map at the right times, going to the right places, applying pressure where they should, and TPing onto towers when they can. But at this moment, I think they're a bit caught out, deciding whether they should go in mid to protect the Broodmother, or if they should go bot. And Queen of Pain there getting very quickly initiated on by how many heroes? 4 heroes? They had no idea that was coming, so they were a little bit late in reacting.
Puppy's positioning is just so remarkable. You can see it especially when he plays Enigma, and just the way that he pops out of like the deepest forest at the right time to disrupt and then set up the kill on Queen of Pain, who did manage to TP out, but I think it was, might it have been it must have been either the Shadow Poison or the proc of the ultimate, or the tick of the ultimate that did get the kill there.
Yeah, and we do see that urn picked up on the Tidehunter there. Lacoste pressuring him very, very hard on his top lane, spamming his spawn spiderlings. And he's allowed to do that with his Soul Ring. I see it a lot. Well, I would like to see this a lot more in pub games, but people love to make the little spiderlings out of creeps and farm with it. What you really should be doing on a lane to win the lane with Broodmother is spam it on your enemy hero. It does such a huge nuke, 300 damage on level 4. And if you keep spamming that on, say, if you're laning against an anti-mage, if he doesn't have his Ring of Health, he's going to die. He's going to constantly take those nukes. He's not going to be able to farm.
Helvost has used his ultimate into the middle lane. Here comes the dagger, here comes the slow from Arzard, gets shackled, Earthshaker goes down. Navi are not done just yet though. Yeah.
There's that slow I was talking about, ES can't move.
Yeah, as I say this, Navi actually turns around. The Misery here looks to be in a little bit of trouble, but he's very confident because he still has his Wind Run. Here goes Frostbite on Helvost and the slow. He looks to be in big trouble. Wind Run used now offensively. He has his nuke on cooldown. Here we go. Power shot flies. Oh, he didn't cancel it. And here comes Dandy. Gets the kill on Misery. Oh, man. So cocky that play. Oh,
Helvost getting a little bit lucky there.
Double kill.
Oh,
sorry.
Wow. Yeah, he cast off his dagger, decided to go sort of southeast down the ridge, and he changed his mind there. And I don't know if you noticed the little movement to try and... He wanted to go over the ridge to the low ground, but the dagger doesn't work that way in Dota 2. It only works on the path, or very close to the path, and very often we see people getting stuck in trees because of that. In Dota 1 it used to work that if you cast a dagger you could pretty much run wherever the heck you wanted.
Yeah. Tower deny on the bottom lane from Light of Heaven. Dandy did grab himself a double kill there, so that's really good, and yeah, Misery there. I don't know why he chose to channel his power shot all the way through.
He thought he needed all that damage because, I don't know, Helvost was sitting on about 250, 300 hit points. He does have quite a high hit point pool with that Vanguard up, so he just, Misery made the call that he needed the full damage of that power shot.
Puppy deciding that the lifespan of the tier 1 top tower of the Radiant has come to its end. He wants to have this thing pushed and to defend his tier 2 on the top as well, gathering his team. Spectre, Helvost is the star carry for Navi that's controlling that awesome hero we've seen so rarely in the past little while. Has phase boots on top of his Vanguard and that Orb of Venom completed, so we'll see what he will go for now. Diffusal Blade, or maybe... Oh, ultimate on Misery, disruption as well. Acosta is there to help him out. Aki as well as Miracle there as well. Navi not committing though. They just want to defend this. They want to make sure Helvost can have that income and keep on doing this, but CLG being very, very stubborn. Here comes the shackle shot, doesn't latch. Here comes the siege creep. Bam, throws that rock. Here comes the fissure as well.
Yeah, and if that first fissure...
Here comes a dive! Slow on Revos. They do want to finish him up. She doesn't have the ultimate yet for another 12 seconds. She has to be careful. Blink is off cooldown now. And also an ultimate from Light of Heaven. He goes down immediately, though. Broodmother gets the kill. CM also goes down. Dandy is here, doing so much damage. Lacoste has his BKB finish, and Dandy will be like, Oppa, no way, why do I die? And also Revos here in a bunch of trouble. Tries to do his thing, but he won't be able to get... Yes, actually does get the kill on Misery. Holy crap, nice play here. Will he be able to TP out in the time? Where's the nuke? 2 more seconds. He will be out just fine. And where's the fight going on? Here, Pycat turning around against Arzard, tries to get the kill. Lacoste is there to help him out. Arzard will most likely go down. No, actually she blinked out back, and Arzard throwing a gale somewhere just to scare off Lacoste, who now eats in full edict almost. And Dandy doing such a good chase. Down goes the spider. Good work, Dandy. And man, who came out on top of that team fight?
I am really not sure. That was just so enjoyable to watch. I don't really think there was a victor there. Well, let's say Na'Vi, they did defend their tier 2 tower there. CLG was pushing and pushing for that tier 2, but they could find the team fight opening to wipe Dandy.
And Revos survived, didn't he?
Yeah. And he's sitting on about 2k gold now.
3-1-10, the kill score.
I just find it quite entertaining that Na'Vi have a lot of chasing heroes, and that CLG have a lot of running away heroes. Broodmother running away, running away, Queen of Pain blinking away, and Na'Vi is just chasing. It makes for quite an entertaining match.
Arzard needs 750 gold to complete his mech. Tier 1 tower in the middle lane now being pressured. CLG says, okay, tier 2 top does work, tier 1 mid will have to do. Here comes Misery. Queen of Pain also there. Disruption up on, who's that? Yeah, Misery, I just said that name. Puppy here as well. Soul Catch up on that guy and uses Windrun as well as mech to get himself back into safety. Ultimate procs, power shot flies, and tower is in deny range. So here we go. Fissure flies out, hits Dandy, and CLG give up on this. They know that this tower will most likely get denied, and Arzard goes to work. There we go. Oh, will Pyke try to get the solo kill here? No, maybe she will just try to scare Hovost away. Here comes a scream, doesn't hit Hovost. She wants to farm and do so in peace and quiet, so Spectre has to leave. We're going for actually a sheepstick at the moment, I would presume. I don't think she's going to go for a Lincoln Sphere. She needs to deal with Spectre very fast. Considering the other items here, Aki only has boots as well as wards and a magic wand, so that is the extent of his items. BKB, as I said, up on Lacoste. 4 staff, almost finished on Misery. He will need how much more? About 800 gold. Here we go, engagement on the top lane maybe. Middle lane is also some action happening. And items on Dandy. Dandy will go for the Bloodstone, obviously. And as I said, Arzard almost has the mech done, and Light of Heaven will most definitely go for a pipe here pretty soon.
The middle lane, the Great Wall of Venno wards.
Wow, look at that. It is so nice and straight.
But did I see a gem? No, it's a Sentry ward there. They just took it out a Dar Observer ward on their middle lane.
That is one nice wall, Arzard. Good job.
Yeah, I love it in the fountain. You can actually make a wall which no one can walk through. And here we see Dandy and Smile picking up these ancients, getting the much needed gold and experience. And I love see teams doing this when they know it's going to stagnate a little. They don't walk around looking for things or, you know, expect the fight to come to them. They know that CLG is going to be grouping up as 5 and that they need their core items up.
Look at the gold graph. What kind of dinosaur does it look like?
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but yeah, that you're probably right. Sorry to go Dota unrelated on ya. Here, Dandy, big trouble, fissure, and very good combination. And even the Echo Slam used overkill much. He's like dead, and already it's like Echo Slam and a power shot, just to make sure. Crystal Maiden, did she use a Crystal Nova? I don't even know. No, I don't think she did. They just wanted to show Dandy that they can kill him like 5 times if they wanted to. So 2 ultimates for him and a bunch of mana.
Well, he knows it's hate. They don't want him to survive. They don't want. Has he got his Bloodstone yet? Yeah, he's looking for his Bloodstone, and he's really not far off it. Where did he die?
Oh, I hear the ultimate from Broodmother. Where's she at? On the top lane. Oh, she got the tier 2 top as well. So really nicely done. In terms of map control, CLG are putting in a lot of effort, but actually Na'Vi are almost keeping up. They are 1 tower behind, if I'm not completely mistaken. Are they? Yeah, they're 1 tower behind. Gold dead even.
Scythe of Vice at 23 minutes on that Queen of Pain.
Oh shoot, that's
Spectre is
crazy.
going to have to worry about this now.
Misery gonna defend bottom / farm that thing, and Revost did spend a bunch of gold. What did he spend it on? Maybe Diffusal Blade, or does he have a relic here? He does have the relic, and his courier is sitting in safety, so now he will make sure to get that Radiance up really fast. So here we go, lifespan of CLG. I see it dropping a little bit. They do have a Broodmother, but let's be honest, man. Once late game hits, Spectre will just kill them all. Revost was also very successful with Spectre at the International 1. And dude, I am so excited for the International 2. Like, I'm not even kidding. That would be just the games that will come out of that immense tournament. It's gonna be nuts. It's just gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I just wish it was a bit closer to home.
Yeah, same here. Here we go. Roshan attempt from Na'Vi. CLG doesn't seem to be knowing what's up just yet. Just yet. Still farming their own forest. Here comes the Blink. Miracle. Experienced support player. Now moving in. Spots Puppy. Now they know what's up. Ultimate up on him. Fissure flies out. Hits 2. Hits 3 actually. Sorry about that. Arzard. Gale hits at the very edge of the range. Nova tries to slow things down a little bit, but not enough. Spectre gets a kill on Earthshaker. And there we go. They will go right back to where they were.
I was talking about chase and run and how Na'Vi has a chasing side and CLG has a running side. ES isn't one of those running heroes. He really can't run away. He let off his Fissure and that was the only kind of safety he could give himself, but the amount of slows coming out of Na'Vi was way too much for him.
Yeah. Man, CLG setting up base camp around the Roshan pit with that spider. Roshan even comes out to show them that he's not amused. Get off my lawn.
Well, if Queen of Pain shows that she's ready to go in with her ulti and that sheep stick,
Oh,
Na'Vi really can't fight in that bottleneck.
Yeah. Revost needs 250 more gold, now 150 more gold, and then he will be...
All those spiderlings.
Yeah, all get just sliced and diced. Here we go, 50 gold more for Revost. He will need this last hit. Here we go. Oh, fail.
See, Lacoste probably won't even realize that until, well, in about 20 seconds time when it's too late that he just gave Revost his Radiance quicker than he should have. And there's Puppy saying, get those damn creeps as quickly as you can. He probably actually told him to go for the smaller one. I don't know why he's hitting the large one, he doesn't really need it. You could kill the smaller one, get his rate, he's going to do that anyway. Not really time efficient.
No, he's like, why can't I have all these creeps, man?
Just give me all of them. Not the most time efficient way to pick it up, but he gets it in the end.
Puppy, Mana Boots, Arzard, Mech. Ultimate from Spectre is the... Radiance is up, here we go, Misery, surprise, surprise! Being chased and killed. Dendy in big trouble though, wow, saves himself, great mech usage as well, and he actually manages to survive. Pycat does get the kill though, so, yeah, and pays with his own life. So 4-for-1 exchange in favor for Na'Vi. The champions are now going to turn things around, and Lacoste on the big spider will also have a strong opponent in that Spectre now, and I'm not sure if he will be able to deal with her.
Very, very expensive initiation there from CLG. Was it 4 heroes going on 1, then suddenly Na'Vi with their TPs and mobility and that Radiance on Spectre being a huge surprise, just turning the tide of that fight. And yeah, very expensive there. 4-for-1 trade, not what CLG wanted, especially when they need to start taking these team fights and then start pushing towers, because they need to start getting into Navi's base to push that advantage and actually win the game.
Yeah, totally, and that's just the beauty of Spectre. As you saw, she was farming, finishing her Radiance. She's like, okay, I'm done, I can join the team fight now, and there she is. Buyback from Queen of Pain, a little too late though. TP also coming in, Roshan will go down, and Na'Vi might very well be ready to engage this, or to back out. Either way, CLG will not be there in time, but Lacoste is there with a BKB, and runs back out again. Buying his team enough time for Roshan not to be falling down. No ultimate on Tidehunter, good initiation. I might be very wrong. CLG is here. Puppy drops, Arzard here doing the best he can. Roshan drops and picked up by Queen of Pain. What an awesome play. She will fall and she will be revived really quickly. 2 of her teammates are already dead though. Only Puppy from Navi's side is dead. Revost going to work. Spectre already so strong against the enemy team, and Queen of Pain has to use her second life to get the frick out.
Yeah, again, I would have said that CLG would have the slight advantage in that bottleneck, but Navi showing that with the Tide Ravage, with the heroes that they've got, and that Tide tanking up, they really can win these team fights.
Also no ultimate up for Earthshaker as well in that team fight. And man, Na'Vi, I just love watching these guys play. In the team fights, I don't even know what it is. For some reason, they survive for so long and just kill everything. I don't understand it. And the Spectre now is already so tank and so strong, and deals so much damage that this will be one very, very tough game for CLG to win.
What you just said rings true on so many different levels. I was tuning into Luminous the other day, and it was that game I was talking about where Na'Vi were just diving behind towers, and he made this comment.
Ultimate from Spectre. Hold that thought, man. Earthshaker in a bunch of trouble, goes down to an unstoppable Spectre now. Hovos going to work. Shadow Demon drops. I missed that kill on the top lane. Excuse me, guys. Pyke with a double damage rune does get that kill. Blinks out now, scared of this big ass fish. And Durka gets called here from Na'Vi themselves. Queen of Pain here, being chased by Dandy with that. Why didn't she blink? Well, stun hits on her nonetheless. Now she blinks out. Haste wears out, so she might very well get out here. Misery. Shackle doesn't latch, but does make Dandy run back. Are they going to fight this?
I don't think so. I heard the haunt go off, and then all of a sudden I looked down. Mage and ES both dying. But yeah, back to that comment Luminous made. I thought it was quite not funny and not really true, but it does seem that way. That Na'Vi were diving behind towers constantly, and it just seems that when Na'Vi are playing, the enemy towers don't do enough damage. It just doesn't seem like the enemies do enough damage when they're playing against Na'Vi, and that's just how games tend to be. Na'Vi knows when they can farm, when they can fight. They know that they're going to need extra experience, extra gold, so they farm neutrals like they are doing now. They were farming the Ancients 2 minutes ago just to get an extra couple of levels up on that Venomancer, and they know when they need to do what they need to do.
Absolutely, man. This and that is a trait that a team needs to have if they want to call themselves the world champions. Actually, well, just international champions, but that is basically world champions in Dota 2. Difference in XP now way in the favor of Na'Vi as they've been winning the past 1 or 2 or 3 team fights. Gold dead even, so CLG is doing well in that department, mainly due to their tower advantage. And item-wise, I'll be quickly do a check here. Light of Heaven has his ultimate up as well as a pipe. Had it for the last team fight as well, as I'm not entirely mistaken. Arzard now has that ever so annoying Gem of True Sight up on Venomancer, as well as the mech. Dandy, his first core item done in that Bloodstone, will need exactly 800 gold more to have his BKB completed. At that point in time, he will just spiral out of control and deal so much damage to the enemy, contributing to his own team's effectivity in the team fights. And Lacoste is actually going for Butterfly at the moment, and he isn't all too far off, so he will need another 600 gold, and then he will have that item. Gang coming on the top lane while I check these items, and Sheepstick on Queen of Pain as well, going for a BKB most likely next. And Misery standing at the tier 1 tower, Na'Vi deciding that it is a shame that this tower is still standing. They will move in right now and nuke down this creep wave. There we go. Tier 1 tower going to take a fall.
Na'Vi here, their Spectre sitting on, where's he gone? He had 3.2k when I last clicked on him. Yep, 3.3k. And they're going to start grouping OS 5 and walking through towers with the heroes they have. That's the ability they're going to do. The Leshrac sitting on the front lines with their Edict, clear out the creep wave with the, with the Lightning and Puppy. My brain really isn't working today, guys.
Here we go, ultimate on Light of Heaven. He's too tank though, and this might have been a very strange engagement from CLG. Lacoste has to use a BKB charge and then TP himself out, so that was a very, very sloppy engagement from CLG here. But no problem, man. You wrote a couple of exams today. You spent a long time concentrating yourself, so just to let you know, man, you're not talking complete bull at the moment. So it does make sense what we're talking about. Here we go. Arzard making Earthshaker TP out, and he will stay in the fountain for a little bit until all these poison effects wear off. And again, guys, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I'm Epi, with me is Durka. Please check out epicommentary.com, subscribe to me on YouTube, and like me on Facebook. I would really appreciate it. I will cast the other ProDota 2 games coming up right after this, so please stay tuned for that as well. I'd really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so awesome. And I hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am, because this is really nice. 25 to 15 for Na'Vi here against CLG in the ProDota 2 League with some very unconventional picks. I say that because we see a Spectre on the lineup here, and Hovost makes any carry work. And Radiance up on him, and we'll see what he's going to go for next. What do you think, Manta style or Heart?
I don't know, and I think he's wondering the same. Oh, he's just picked something up. Where did he just spend his 2k? What's next?
Reaver.
He's going to go Reaver. Oh, okay.
Sheepstick attempted by Misery as well on the Windrunner. Misery, Na'Vi, sorry. Here we go. Dandy has his timing down, and look at this Earthshaker dropping like a fly, and a little bit of waste of his ultimate there. Should have maybe waited till he can actually contribute to his team fight. And one thing I did want to mention is that one thing that is also contributing to the back break of CLG is the fact that Earthshaker doesn't have a Blink Dagger now. He did not manage to get enough farm up here. Top lane being pressured, but Khavas is there forcing Misery as well as Pycat back. Not much they can do. Tier 2 tower in the middle lane falls. Navi continuously applying pressure to that middle lane. Lacoste and Aki are here trying to slow things down. TP coming in now. I think this is Queen of Pain. No, Queen of Pain will TP out in just a second. Navi now preparing the siege. Arzar doing his good support work, placing a ward on the high ground. Puppy gets shackled to Dendy though. Now the initiation has to go. Puppy drops. Light of Heaven Ravage. A little bit too late. Aki, very good healing here. And Forstaff, he makes it alive. Here comes ultimate from Spectre, and she gets the kill on CM. 2 heroes down for Navi. Light of Heaven falls. Shackle shot on Arzar. Stun from Dendy. Misses completely. Lacoste runs out of base. 2 for 1 thus far for CLG, and the fight is over.
Oh, wow. Brilliant shackle there to set everything up. And only Maiden going down for a Tidehunter and Shadow Demon, forcing Navi to fall back. And also, I'd say wasting that Spectre ulti because they really want to be using that when they need to. Initiating fights of their own when they're ready for it, rather than using it defensively in order to try and save a fight from failing.
Yeah, definitely Puppy did not imagine this high ground attempt to go this way. We just saw 1 or 2 pings going on this area here from Puppy as well. I think he's just talking to his teammates and saying what they could improve, or maybe where or who screwed up, or what they could do better. Here comes the dagger from Khavas. He wants all the farm he can get, wants to spam Lacoste out of this lane, who has a butterfly completed though. Lacoste might go on chase. Yeah, Kuri gets chased, does go down. Kuri goes down, what a blunder. And here we go, Spectre eating a lot of damage, but so tanked with that completed hard up. But here we go, Lacoste has too much slow on the Spectre. Khavas is gonna drop. He has no buyback money, so he will be out of service for 65 seconds up to now, and we'll see how Navi will change their game now.
Yeah, Havas trying to do his own thing and push out that bottom lane, but I'm not entirely sure why he was all alone. His teammates had all backed up after that mid attempt. He went bottom to farm, and there were 4 CLG guys still alive, so I'm not entirely sure why he was still hanging around on that bottom lane when he had no wards up as well.
Okay, Puppy has a medallion finish. He has a dust on him as well against that spider. Illusion here in the middle lane, but they know that it is one. Fissure flies out. Let me quickly check the items continuously. Anything more? Puppy has a vitality booster. I would like to see a Rod of Atos on Shadow Demon. I like Rod of Atos on him, but I am a casual pub player. Misery, mech finished, still on his way to the Sheepstick. 3.1k gold on him actually, so he might be able to get this done relatively quickly. So 2 Sheepstick will be done on CLG pretty soon, but the most important item on Earthshaker will be up in 300 gold. So once they have this Blink Dagger, I do think that they have a short time frame with a good team fight where they can still take the fight to Navi, but they have Factor Spectre in this game, and
well,
yeah.
Roshan's coming up in 1.5 minutes. Yes, hopefully we'll have his dagger by then if he farms efficiently. Yeah, he's gonna Fissure this creep wave, and he'll very close to it. Yeah, 20 gold off. I thought he might have it, but very close. He's going to go take a small creep. No, two Ursus there. Unlucky, mate. He's going to go for it anyway. Lure them back. But yeah, they're going to look for this dagger, and Navi won't have any idea about it. The medallion up on that Shadow Demon giving them a sense of security that they can take this Roshan down quickly and effectively. But if CLG catch wind of this and go in with a Blink Echo Slam into Queen of Pain ulti, it's going to be very bad news for Navi here.
Absolutely. Light of Heaven will have to be very fast and popping at least the pipe, if not his ultimate, to help his team survive, because if they manage to get that combo on 1 or 2 supports of Navi, then it won't really matter that they do have a Spectre. If this initiation goes off perfectly, and my tongue is doing all sorts of random stuff at the moment, then Khavas will not be able to do too much about it. He is a very powerful hero, and a very skilled player at that, but he will need 1 or 2 more big items until he will be able to like 1-on-5 them basically, and even then it will be very difficult. So he does need his team, he does need a Ravage, he does need the damage over time, and the quick burst damage from Leshrac as well, all that magical damage. So as you pointed out correctly, this Blink Dagger from Earthshaker will be one possibility for them to stay in this game, for CLG that is. And as you can see, Miracle, Roshan attempt, and as you can see, Miracle is staying back, staying out of sight. He knows how important this Blink Dagger is.
Come on CLG, you can spot this. Oh, there's a dire ward up there. I wonder how much knowledge they'll have. Let's see. Oh, CLG smoke up. But they're just going to carry on going down mid. Oh, they don't know that Roshan is up, but Navi have backed off. Oh, spiderlings have gone in and scattered out. I didn't quite see that. Good play from Lacoste there.
Absolutely. Thank you guys again very much for tuning in. I appreciate it a lot. With me is Durka. Just nice. Enjoy some Dota. Watch a cool game. Always nice to see you guys here. Also writing in the chat. Very nice. Here we go. Lacoste uses BKB immediately and has a TP out the third time. He has to use a BKB just to get the frick out of harm's way. Here goes the ping on Revost. Oh, here goes the stun. Here goes the slow. Here comes a frostbite as well. Very good initiation on this Spectre, and she will go down. There we go. Kill. Successful kill on Revost. Very good initiation. Very good execution of this gank coming out of CLG.
As I said, CLG's movement in this game has been pretty much top-notch, apart from a couple of missed moves. There, they knew that Na'Vi wanted the Roshan, so they went into the Dire Forest to find that Spectre. They knew he'd be following top or following in the forest. They catch him out and take him out quickly. And now they can actually run down to this Roshan pit and stop Na'Vi from doing that. So double whammy. Getting two birds with one stone there, taking out that Spectre so he can't pick up the Aegis, and then stopping Na'Vi from Roshaning so they can't get the Aegis anyway.
What just happened makes me respect Puppy as a captain. See, the enemy CLG was still at the Roshan pit, and there comes the defensive ping from Puppy on the middle lane, immediately showing his team what's up, sending his illusion in as well to bait out a shackle shot from Misery. And here we go, pressure on the tier 2 mid. Na'Vi do want to hold this. Glyph is used, nuke is out, Misery is there, so siege creep. Lacoste is there as well. BKB off cooldown, on his way toward a Daedalus. And this tower will go down, stalling them up as much as they can. We'll see if CLG will continue doing this. Yeah, I think they will back off and go toward Roshan.
Why is there a random dust of appearance on the floor?
Get it on the floor. I don't know. Maybe it's to bait, because those CAS teams, for you guys on the stream actually, I saw like NS play with a bunch of his buddies, art style and such. A really funny thing. I wish I understood Russian there, but they were also grouping up here and placing an item down there as bait, and as soon as anyone came, they killed him. Kind of stupid, but for someone like me, this type of humor really gets to me, and I was just crying.
I don't really think it's stupid. I've seen it quite a lot where people use the courier as bait. They send the courier in, let it take a couple of hits, and then they just dominate the hero who's right-clicking it. But you can do the same with items. With techies especially, you used to plant a branch or a clarity on top of your mines. Arzard
initiates on Aki. Here comes the dagger as well. Oh, poor Crystal Main solo. Danny's like, hello, let me frickin' kill you now. Here's a frostbite, here's the nuke, and down goes Crystal Main. Lacoste also in big trouble. BKB has to be used again. He doesn't use it because he knew he was going to go down anyway, so that is a good thing. Buys back immediately. TP comes. Roshan will be continuously attempted by Na'Vi here. The question is, will they be able to kill him fast enough? Revost here did get sheeped and ate a bunch of nukes, but he's so freaking tank.
Where's that ES? He's got Echo Slam Dagger. Ooh.
Oh, he's smoked as well. Here we go. Miracle, do it. Here we go. Only on 2 heroes though. Poor guy, man. Stuns 3.
Na'Vi, they're just too good.
Too good indeed, man. Here comes Lacoste. Now has BKB saved up. Very good play from him. Unstoppable streak on Na'Vi though. Broodmother gets a kill on Light of Heaven. And here goes the fight. The Ravage to go. 2 for 1 this far. Here's Queen of Pain coming in, slowing Puppy. Sheeping Puppy. In the back end of play though, Broodmother went down, and now Puppy also drops, and buyback from him. Roshan's still up. Who came out on top, man? I kind of lost my overview.
It's been trade for trade for trade.
Oh, great move from Revost here onto Misery. 4-step up from him as well as the Wind Run. Saves his life, but very sneaky move from Revost. He is a sneaky guy.
Yeah, with Revost there staying alive and now about to take the Aegis, I'd say a Na'Vi win there. Took out that Broodmother very quickly, and she came... Wait, Broodmother, did she die then buy back and then came back and died again?
Yeah,
so
she did.
Kind of a triple death there from that Broodmother, including that buyback. Not so great for her. How much gold did she lose? A lot. That Butterfly and Chrysalis were up on her already, and she had a couple of K, I think, losing all of that gold to those initiations.
Surprisingly enough, the gold graph still states that CLG is in the lead here, only by 2k gold at 40 minutes in. This isn't all too much. What gold is Lacoste? Yeah, exactly, as you were pointing out correctly, that buyback and those deaths really broke her back in terms of economy. Only 370 gold up on her right now, and I think this will be the win for Na'Vi just because they have a Spectre and all momentum is gone for Broodmother. So CLG has been doing very well in the team fights, but Na'Vi, as you pointed out correctly, when Earthshaker did that very nice ultimate, Navi just too good, too experienced, too skilled, knew that they did have to stand apart a little bit, even when they're in Roshan pit and don't know where Earthshaker is at, and that way the Echo Slam only hit on 2 heroes.
Yeah, exactly. And they really didn't have the follow-up either. They needed 5 heroes there with the Echo Slam to go on 2 or 3 and then Queen of Pain to follow on top. But they just didn't have that sort of execution. And we've been seeing some nice movement here from CLG up until this point, and I've got to say it's because Na'Vi have been outplaying them. They've been outpositioning them. They've been moving. They've been reacting well. They've been reacting to the movements from CLG. They got caught out a few times early on, but they've learned. They've learnt the sort of movement that CLG are making, trying to catch out key heroes. Avos now tanked up a lot, so they can't actually go and chase him down with 2 or 3 heroes. They've got to possibly get the whole 5 gang to take him down. And in team fights, we've seen that Ravage. It just devastates them. The 5-second BKB on that Broodmother doesn't really do much in that situation.